Wind's in the east, there's a mist coming in, like something is brewing and about to begin. Can't put my finger on what lies in store, but I feel what's to happen, all happened before. A father, a mother, a daughter, a son. The threads of their lives are all raveling undone. Something is needed to twist them as tight, like a string you might pull when you're flying a kite. Chim chimney, chim chim, chiroo, chim chiroo.
Run away from me for the last time.
And who's left in charge of the children with no nanny in the house? Me, that's who.
I've said my say, Mrs. Brill. I've done with this house forever.
Well, get rid then, and mind you, don't stumble on your way out. Where is she going? What on earth am I going to say to Mr. Banks?
What is all this commotion? Precision and order, that's all I ask. The running of a household, a straightforward task. The children, the servants, are all your domain, whilst I remain the sovereign of Cherry Tree Lane. Goat! Winifred, you've engaged 6 nannies in the last 4 months, and they've all been unqualified disasters. A nanny should govern, a nanny should rule. A nanny is a paragon who suffers no fool. A nanny's a stalwart our children would gain by having such a nanny at Cherry Tree Lane. Briefcase, umbrella.
If only we could find someone like your old nanny.
Few women alive can manage Miss Andrew's standards of efficiency. Besides, we can never afford someone of her caliber. Now, place an advertisement in the Times stating that Jane and Michael Banks require the best nanny at the lowest possible wage.
Father, we've written our own advertisement.
What on earth?
Please, George, I think we should hear it.
If you want this choice position, have a cheery disposition, rosy cheeks, no warts.
That's the part I put in.
Play games, all sorts. You must be kind, you must be witty, very sweet and very pretty.
This is ridiculous.
George, please.
Take us on outings, give us treats.
Sing songs, bring sweets.
We won't hide your spectacles so you can't see.
Put toads in your bed or pepper in your tea.
Hurry, Nanny, many thanks.
Sincerely,
Jane.
in Michael Banks.
That's quite enough Tommy Rock for one day. Now, would you please let me work?
They were only trying to help.
It won't help anyone if I am late. Precision and order, that's all I ask. The running of a household, a straightforward task. The children, the servants, are all your domain, whilst I remain the sovereign.
You remain a sovereign. A cherry tree lane.
Good morning.
Yes?
I've come in answer to the advertisement.
Advertisement? We haven't placed any advertisement.
Now, let's see. Plays games, all sorts, which I most certainly can. Take us on outings, give us treats.
Michael, look, it's our advertisement.
Rosy cheeks and fairly pretty. There's no objection on that score, I hope.
Oh, none at all.
I'm glad to hear it.
But take it up with Mrs. Banks. She manages all the side of things. Nothing domestic has anything to do with me. And don't forget the references.
I make it a rule to never give references.
Oh, I see.
I'll see the children now. Thank you.
Oh, of course. You'll find they're very nice children. Now, this is...
Mary Poppins. Jane, don't stare. And close your mouth, Michael. We are not a codfish. Best foot forward. Spit spot.
Miss Brill, we have a new nanny. She passed her interview then? Or I did.
A very tidy nursery, I must say. Much tidier than I was expecting. Who's responsible for that?
Mrs. Me. I am. I like to keep things neat.
Do you indeed? Well, I look forward to making use of that. If there's one thing I appreciate, it's a child's word whose I can depend on. Now, first things first. I always say the proper place to hang a hat is on a hat stand.
There's nothing in it.
We better keep it on this one. She's tricky.
Mary Poppins, how could you know what we wanted in a nanny when we made our list?
Your list. I am not an item in the weekly shop. Thank you very much.
But how did you come then? It was as if the wind just blew you here.
It did. Now, stand over there. Just as I thought, a noisy, mischievous, troublesome little boy.
You're making that up. We're noisy, mischievous.
Now you. Thoughtless, short-tempered, and untidy.
I don't believe you. Let me see. What about your measurement, Mary Poppins?
I'm practically perfect in every way.
Practically perfect.
So people say. Each virtue virtually knows no bound. Each trait is great, yet patently sound. I'm practically perfect from head to toe. If I had a fault, it would never dare to show. I'm so practically perfect in every way. Now, perhaps you have a few questions.
Not temperamental,
Never.
not grouchy or gruff.
The very thought.
Will you stay tender when the going gets tough?
Quite the contrary.
Will you read stories without a big fuss?
Or have objections to playing with us?
Some minor improvements may not go amiss, but at all times you must remember this. I like games, but I choose them.
That's not fair.
I didn't say it was fair. I said I was practically perfect. And here's my aim. By the time I leave here, you both will be the same. You'll be practically perfect.
Practically perfect.
We will be practically perfect in every way.
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo. I does what I likes and I likes what I do. Today I'm a screever, and as you can see, a screever's an artist of highest degree, and it's all me own work from me own memory. Stay right where you are. I'd know that silhouette anywhere, Mary Poppins.
It's nice to see you, Bert.
I must say, you do look swell.
He can't know you. You only just arrived.
I wasn't born a minute before I walked into your house, Michael Banks. Have you met these two, Bert?
I've seen him running about, chasing a kite.
It isn't a real kite.
Okay, what are you guys up to today?
Mary Poppins says it's a game. It's called A Walk in the Park.
Some game. I'd rather eat spinach.
Come along, Bert.
You can't come with us. You're too dirty. But we want to go to the stinky park anyways.
Oh, yes, you do. Because when you take a walk in the park with Mary Poppins, you go to places you've never dreamed of. All that it takes is a spark. Then something, as plain as a park, becomes a wonderland. All you have to do is look anew, then you'll understand why it's a jolly holiday with Mary. Mary makes your heart so light.
Oh, really?
When the day is gray and ordinary, Mary makes the sun shine bright.
You do talk nonsense, Bert.
Oh, happiness is blooming all around her. The daffodils are smiling at the dawn.
I haven't the faintest idea.
When Mary holds your hand, you feel so grand. Your heart starts beating like a big brass band.
You've enough brass for all of us.
Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that we love. Come on, you two.
Boring.
Just like other nannies thinking parks are good for us. It's just statues of
Ducks and grannies.
nannies. I don't understand all the fuss. Is she
Doing
it despite us? We could lose her for a look. Perhaps it's all a plot. I'll tell you.
what.
She seems so different, but I bet she's not. There is nothing to excite us in the park. What was that?
You're quite wrong, you know. When you're with Mary, anything can happen.
What? Who are you?
I'm Nelius, and I've waited half a century to take a walk on a sunny day like this. Each man out with his dog will stand agog to see a statue take a gentle jog.
It's a jolly holiday with Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that we love. Oh, it's a jolly holiday for a doggy song through. Mary makes your
Heart
heart
bound to make a mark.
say it's like
All of us were born to take
love.
Rumbling in the park. Find the chisel features. Look down from above. When Mary holds your hand, you feel so grand. Your heart starts beating like a big brass band. It's no wonder that it's
Jane, did that really happen?
Yes, but how?
Mary Poppins, of course.
But how did you make it happen?
Anything can happen if you let it.
Mary Poppins, how long will you stay?
We'll see.
You won't leave us, will you, Mary Poppins?
I'll stay until the wind changes. Now, run along in.
Jane and Michael want to say goodnight.
Tell them you've given me the message.
George, please.
Oh, Father, we had a fantastic day. We sang with the busker and danced with the statue. Wouldn't have approved.
If you know that, then why would you do it?
Father, can I have a kite? A proper one?
Could you fly it?
You could always teach me.
And why would I have time to do that? How would you please let me get on? Good night.
Poor. All he cares about is flying kites.
I used to love flying kites when I was his age, but my nanny, Miss Andrews, soon frightened me out of it.
Is it out of the question to do without a nanny?
Don't be absurd. All the best people have nannies, so the wives can entertain and do the charity work. That reminds me, how's your tea party coming along?
I'm not sure. It seems so odd to send out invitations to people I hardly know.
But the people you should know. Remember, by your friends shall ye be judged.
But that's the point. They're not my friends.
Winifred, dearest, I'm only thinking of you. I'm going to say something to Mary Poppins about this afternoon.
I don't think so.
Very well. We'll make sure she's doing things our way and not hers.
Things do change, tides can turn, sink or swim, see what you learn. Me, I was told when I was young, just learn a trade, so I learned them all. Chim chimney, chim chim chiree.
Miss, what about the cake? Are you quite sure you know how to ice it?
Quite sure. In a case where it had not been exchanged by the fairies for a total nincompoop.
I'll go up and check the drawing room then.
I'd like to be helpful.
And I'd like to be rich, but destiny thought otherwise.
Mother wants you to in the drawing room. She says you can tell Robertson A what to do.
Does she indeed?
Please, Mrs. Brill, I don't mind, honest.
All right. I'll give you one task, and one task only. Put the icing tools next to the cake. Do you think you can manage that?
Is that all?
For you? Yes. For me, no. I swear a plebeian in ancient Rome who was living life on a pleasure cruise in comparison to my life in this house.
Michael, why don't we make the icing?
Because we don't know how.
Don't be so feeble. Get me the eggs and the flour.
Are there eggs in icing?
There are in mine. Robertson A, bring me the cake.
Oh, good heavens!
Today, what have you done with the cake?
I don't think that would be necessary, ma'am.
Children, do you know how important my party is? You deserve some very nasty medicine. Just you wait until bedtime.
Oh, I don't think we should wait till then, ma'am. Why not go up and get changed? We'll clear up, won't we?
But we're not ill. I won't take it, and you can't make me.
In that, as in so many things, your information is faulty. Open.
But, it's strawberry ice.
Now you.
I'm not sure I like strawberry ice.
I'm not sure I care. Open.
Lime cordial.
Now, off we go, you two. Michael, I know you like to keep things neat. Jane.
I told you she was tricky.
Must we? Can't Robertson aid her after he washes up? He is our butler.
With that attitude, you'll get through a lot of staff before you're very old. Besides, in every job that must be done, there is an element of fun. You find the fun in now. The job's a game, and every task you undertake becomes a piece of cake, a look, a spree. It's very clear to see that a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, the medicine go down, medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in the most delightful way. The honeybees that fetch the nectar from the flower to the comb never tire of ever buzzing to and fro, because they take a little nip from every flower that they sip, and hence they find their task is not a grind. For a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, the medicine go down, medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in the most delightful way. Right yourselves, please. Spit spot. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, the medicine go down, medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in the most delightful, in the most delightful way. We'll be off now, ma'am. Come along, children. Spit spot.
I'm sorry, ma'am. These came in this morning and Robertson A. forgot to give them to you. The apologies, ma'am, from your guests. They're not coming. None of them.
Oh, do you think we chose the wrong date?
No, ma'am. I think you invited the wrong people.
In the most delightful way.
Today,
I thought we could play our next game.
What game?
A visit to the bank.
That's not a game. Did Father agree?
if he did, you must have put the idea into his head somehow.
What an impertinent thing to say. Me, putting ideas into other people's heads. Really?
Precision and border, closet a wheel, opening up a ledger, closing a deal, prudent investments, financial sense, a perfect ray of sunshine, pound shillings and pence.
I believe so, sir.
It's action, credit, or debt. Sheets are all well balanced. Targets are met.
Hey, Banks, what objection
Von Hustler, what I fail to grasp is what exactly is your final product?
What do you think? Money, of course!
Yes, money, but is making money out of money enough?
Are you man enough to be a banker?
In the market, limit the risk. Time to look around. This is brisk, 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 brisk.
Have you come to your decision yet, Mr. Banks? There's a town of good people whose future depends on you.
I know.
Please, just give us this chance. The factory could be running in weeks and expanding before the month's out. Please, Mr. Banks, I'd give it everything I've got.
How can I make sure that the money will be safe?
But what about my workforce? They'll make it safe. My men have dreams to earn an honest living, a wife and kids, a home to call their own. If you'd invest in us today, it paves the way. I promise we'd repay the loan.
I'm sorry, Mr. Northbrook, but
Hello, Father.
What on earth are you doing here? Can't you see I'm busy?
No, we're done here, and no man should be too busy for his own children. So what have you come here for, young man? Come to ask for some money as well?
Hardly. What would they need money for?
It's never too early to learn its worth.
I know the value of this. 6 pence.
That's its value. Its worth is in how we spend it. Do good, and may you have good luck.
And what do you say to Mr. Northbrook?
Thank you.
Of course. I'll wait outside.
When I was your age, I never would have dared interrupt my father.
Were you ever a little boy?
Of course, and my nanny, Miss Andrews, kept me out of my father's way.
What about your mother?
I don't think I saw either of them more than once a week.
Then who would kiss you goodnight? Miss Andrews?
Don't be absurd. We didn't have time for kisses and hugs and all that soppy nonsense.
Poor father.
When you invest the bank's money, what are you looking for, Father? A good man or a good idea?
I should say it's a good idea, but a good man is much more rare and much more valuable.
Come along, children.
Mrs. Von Hustler, I've considered your argument, and I'm afraid my answer is no.
So you don't recognize a good idea?
Perhaps not, but I recognize a good man when I see one.
You will regret this, Herr Banks!
Man with dreams deserves an honest living. A man with hopes, ambitions to fulfill. A man you're certain at first glance deserves a chance. So when exactly can the new factory open?
Oh, thank you, Mr. Banks. You won't regret this.
Tuppence a bag, tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bag.
There's our horrible old woman.
And for your information,
But she's just a bundle of rags.
early today to the steps of St. Paul's, the little old bird woman comes in her own special way to the people she calls.
Come buy my bags full of crumbs. Come feed
tuppence from you. Feed the birds, tuppence a bag, tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bag.
Feed the birds, that's what she cries, while overhead her birds fill the skies. Here, one bag, please.
Cathedral, the saints and apostles look down as she sails her way. Although you can't see them, you know they are smiling. Each time someone shows that he cares.
Her words are simple and few. Listen, listen, she's calling to you.
Feed the birds, tuppence a bag, tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bag.
Hello, Bet.
Hello, Mary. Hello, kids.
Hello. We're off to Mrs. Corey's talking shop. Care to join us?
Talking shop?
Who's Miss Corey?
Who's Miss Corey? Miss Corey is older than anyone else in the world. She talked to Vlad before he went impaling, William before he went conquering, and of course, Alexander before he weren't so great.
But that's impossible.
Anything can happen if you let it.
Well, well, well. If it isn't Mary Poppins with Jane and Michael Banks.
She knows us?
And how is poor little George?
Who?
George Banks, your father. He used to give his nanny the slip and come into my shop here in secret. I remember George used to love my gingerbread stars. Now, Mary Poppins, what can I do for you?
Well, I did want out of conversation.
I'm out of conversation. I'm right out of words, too. Oh, I do have some letters.
Now let's see, what words can we make?
Brother Pollux.
Lapidoferis.
Those don't count. We made them up.
And where do you think these words come from in the first place? Somebody had to make them up.
You know, we can always use the same letter more than once. Now, let me see. Super, cali, fragile, listic, expialidocious.
That's not a word.
Of course it's a word, and unless I'm very much mistaken, I think it's a rather useful one. When trying to express oneself, it's frankly quite absurd to leaf through lengthy lexicons to find the perfect word. A little spontaneity keeps conversation keen. You need to find a way to say precisely what you mean. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Diddle-diddle-diddle-um-diddle-I, um-diddle-diddle-um-diddle-I.
Does it mean anything? It can mean exactly what you want it to.
When Stone Age men were chatting, simply grunting would suffice.
Though if they heard this word, they might have used it once or twice.
I'm sure this, because those Latin scholars never had a word like this.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. If you say it softly, the effect can be obnoxious. Check your breath before you speak in case it's halitosis. Yeah. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
You know you can say it backwards, which is so coolai. Sip, sip, siligaphilocrapus.
She may be tricky, but she's bloody good.
So when the cat has got your tongue, there's no need for dismay. Just summon up this word and then you've got a lot to say.
Pick out those 18 consonants and 16 vowels as well, and put them in an order which is very hard to spell.
S-U-P-E-R C-A-L-I-F R-A-G-I-L I-S-T-I-C-E-X-P-I-A-L-I-D O-C-I-O-U-S
S-U-P-E-R C-A-L-I-F R-A-G-I-L I-S-T-I-C-E-X-P-I-A-L-I-D O-C-I-O-U-S S-U-P-E-R C-A-L-I-F R-A-G-I-L-I-S-T-I-C-E-X-P-I-A-L-I-D O-C-I-O-U-S. Here we go. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilistic. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
George, why on earth are you home so early? Is everything all right?
No, everything's all wrong. After I refused the bank's money to a couple of German chaps, they went to our chief rivals. Now it looks set to be a gold mine.
Well, they can't expect you to get it right every time.
That's exactly what they expect.
Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud
That is more than loud enough. Go to your room. Mary Poppins is supposed to be teaching the children manners, and just look at them.
George, you're tired. Mary Poppins, perhaps you could keep the children occupied in the nursery tonight.
That's not fair. Father loses his temper and we're shut up in the nursery. Father's mean and rotten and I hate him.
Jane, take that back this instant. I will not have you criticize your father. Chillis says, please, Mary Poppins. And George, if you have troubles, I'd like to share them.
Don't worry, you will. I've been suspended without salary until they figure out what to do with me.
And turns, ups and downs. One moment smiles, next moment frowns. Bad-tempered faces had better change quick, 'cause if the wind changes, the face just stick. Chim chimney, chim chim, chiree chim chiroo.
Why does Father get so cross?
Fathers are supposed to look after their children, not yell at them all the time.
Maybe. But have you asked yourself who looks after the fathers when things go wrong?
The mothers, I suppose.
Not the children?
Wouldn't that be rather upside down?
Sometimes families are upside down for a while anyway.
But I don't want to live in an upside down family. I wish I could just run away.
Why don't you?
But you'd miss me.
No, I wouldn't.
That's all, you two. Now into bed at once.
Oh, Mary Poppins. I wish you'd just leave us alone.
Be careful of the things you wish for.
Don't you ever stop?
You should govern your temper, or your temper will govern you.
I'm sick and tired of your stupid games and stupid sayings.
Just get into bed.
I won't go to bed, and you can't make me.
In that, as in so many things,
Your information
is faulty. Playing the game, having a ball. Those who won't play shan't play at all. Will we meet again? Maybe when they've learned to play the game.
Up where the smoke is all billowed and curled, between pavement and stars is the chimney sweep's world, where there's hardly no day, no hardly no night. There's things off in shadow and halfway in light. On the rooftops of London, Mary Poppins.
Joining the sweeps tonight, are we?
The best view in the world, eh? Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiree. A sweep is as lucky can be. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo.
Good luck will rub off when he shakes hands with you.
Or blow me a kiss,
But
and that's lucky too. You're going then?
the wind has changed.
But they're good kids, Mary.
Would I be bothering with them if they weren't? But I can't help them if they won't let me.
So?
So, they've got to do the next bit on their own. Cheerio, Bet. Keep an eye on them for me.
Where's Mary Poppins?
Gone.
Gone?
Mrs. Brill, what does au revoir mean?
Why?
Because that's what she's written in this note. Dear Jane and Michael, keep playing the games. Au revoir, Mary Poppins.
It's French. It means till we meet again. Now, come inside before you catch a cold.
Nowhere is there a more happier crew than them what's singing chim chiree chim chiroo. Chim chimney chim chim chiree chim chiroo.
Miss Brill, is the nursery tidy?
As tidy as I can make it, ma'am, seeing as how for the past 6 weeks I've had all the work to do taking care of the children and such ever since she left. And I have all the work to do again, getting else ready to welcome her back.
If only you knew how hard it was to track her down.
Really, ma'am? Fancy that.
Miss Brill, it is her, isn't it?
Well, I don't know who else.
The note says till we meet again.
George, dear, you surprised?
Winifred, you know very well I hate surprises.
Oh dear, I do to be proud of me. Hurry up, everyone. I want her to find spit, spot, spick, and span.
Spick and span. Our sense of excitement is hard to contain.
Order is returning.
Wonder is returning.
Someone is returning.
To Cherry Tree
The Holy Terror!
Miss Andrew, it's lovely to meet you at last. I do hope you had a good journey.
It was thoroughly unpleasant. Where's George?
I'm afraid he had an urgent appointment.
not much of a house, is it?
We like it.
Then it doesn't take a lot to keep you happy. Look at the dust. There and there. Fifth.
Now wait just a moment.
Ah, you must be the children. Pity, don't suppose you know who I am?
Yes, we do. You're the Holy Terror.
Impudent boy! Why aren't you wearing stockings?
I don't like them.
What's manners? I can see there's not a minute to lose. These children have been spoiled. Have arrived here just in time. By chance I brought the punishment that best befits the crime. Brimstone and treacle and carbolic soap, these are the tools of my trade. With spoonfuls of sugar, you don't have a hope of seeing that changes are made. Open!
Does this taste as bad as it smells?
Worse. Open! Your son will go to boarding school at once. As for the girl, I shall take charge of her myself. I won't stand for whining or whinging or whimpering, crying or lying or sobbing or simpering. I fear it's clear that in these two such bad habits lack. First threaten to throttle, then uncork the bottle. Brimstone and treacle will hide. Now show me to my room.
I'm disappointed. I truly am. I thought it was going to be...
Oh, with the umbrella.
What are we going to do?
The only thing we can do, run away.
What's the matter and who's after you?
The nastiest nanny in the world.
Is she really as bad as all that?
She looks like something that would eat its young,
Miss Andrew was father's nanny.
which explains a lot.
Poor father. Ever since he stopped working, he just sits and mopes. Mary Poppins used to say that he needed our help, but now it's too late.
I wouldn't say that. Why don't we start things off with a bit of a shake for good luck?
Why would shaking hands with you bring us luck?
Didn't anyone ever tell you it's good luck to shake a chimney sweep's hand?
Michael, look, it's a real one. What's the matter? I thought you always wanted to fly a proper kite.
I've always wanted to fly one with father.
Of course you have, but you need to know how it's done. Get some training in, and you'll make him the happiest father in the whole bloomin' empire. With tuppence for paper and strings, you can have your own set of wings. With your feet on the ground, you're a bird in flight, with your fist holding tight to the string of your kite. Oh, let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Let's go fly a kite and send it soaring up through the atmosphere, up where the air is clear. Oh, let's go fly a kite. Reel it in.
I can't. Stop.
I'll help.
Jane, Michael, you can do it. Just pull one more time.
please, I'm not a sardine in a tin. And where are your coats?
We didn't have time to put them on.
Because we ran away.
Have you indeed?
Oh, Mary Poppins, it's been so awful since you went away. And now Miss Andrews come and Father's ruined it. We never helped him like he wanted us to.
Oh, my eye, but your life's a tragedy. Now, let's go home and don't dawdle.
But she came in this morning as a surprise for Father.
Did she? Well, maybe I'll be a surprise for her. Hello, Bert.
Welcome, Mary. You're a sight for sore eyes.
You really are. Welcome back, Mary Poppins.
Come along, children.
Aren't you going to shake hands with Bert for good luck?
I don't need any luck. Thank you very much.
Not like that, you stupid boy. You stay there and clean the grate. Again. So, you've decided to come crawling back, have you? Who are you?
I'm Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins! But you've left without notice.
And I've come back without notice.
I see. And what do you expect me to do?
Pack.
Hack! You insolent young person! How dare you speak to me this way? Brimstone and treacle, my favorite liquor. That will make runaways stop. Impudent children respond so much quicker when forced to drink every last drop. I brought up their father,
And that I don't doubt you must be so proud at the way he turned out.
a shining example, a pillar.
Post, they all have their problems, but him more than most. I recognize fully that you are a bully who views cruel deeds as a part. Well, now it's a catch because you've met your knife.
Brimstone and treacle for you. Brimstone and treacle for you.
Brimstone and
Brimstone and treacle won't
There, that's given her a taste of her own medicine.
Mary Poppins, wherever did you come from? Michael? Jane? You ought to be naughty to go on running off like that, and I should be as angry as anything if I weren't so pleased to see you. Where's Miss Andrew?
She's gone.
Gone? Why?
She didn't give a reason, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. Found this one wandering in the park. Good evening.
George.
Where is she?
Miss Andrew? She's gone, George. Mary Poppins is back.
I wonder, can I have a word? Things have not gone well for us since you've left us.
About my wages, sir. If you don't mind, I won't take any now. I should prefer to let them accrue.
If you could only imagine the payments that are occurring as is.
Now, I must get started. Jane, Michael, spit spot.
Come along, darling. After many years of good service, you made one wrong decision. What's the worst that could possibly happen?
If I'm to be dismissed by the bank, we'll be destitute.
Well, we'll still have what really matters. The children and each other.
Is that locket new? What's inside it?
A portrait?
Whose?
You'll know when the time comes and not before.
You won't leave us this time, will you, Mary Poppins?
I'll stay until the chain breaks.
What chain? Where?
Let's wait and see.
I'm
candy nannies are hard to find.
Unique and meek, unspeakably kind.
You're practically perfect.
And yet I'm sure there's room for improvement. A few gives more.
Hello there, Bert.
Bert, what are you doing up here?
And where else would a chimney sweep be?
The world is awfully big, isn't it?
And what does that tell you?
That we're awfully small and unimportant.
Oh, speak for yourself.
Not much, but our troubles. They seem so big down in the nursery. Here,
That's more like it. Troubles are never so bad when you look at them from a little higher up.
Away the dirt and soot.
brush away your tears.
Cobwebs that aren't swept away. Hang around for years. We may look a
motley
crew. Smudged with tar and
Smudged with tar and grime.
But when you need
But
a
when you need a helping hand,
we try to step in.
try to step in,
Try to step in
just
in time.
over the rooftop, step in time. Over the rooftop, step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Over the rooftop, step in time. Kick your knees up, step in time. Kick your knees up, step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Kick your knees up, step in time.
Childhood is a step in time. Parenthood's the same.
Never miss a chance to get it right. Don't it seem a perfect crime? Don't it seem a shame when the steps aren't going as smoothly as they might?
That's me step in time. That's me step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. That's me step in time. Clink your elbow, step in time. Clink your elbow, step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Clink your elbow, step in time. Kick your knees up, step in time. Kick your knees up, step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Kick your knees up, step in time. Step in time. Step in time. Step, 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 step in time. Step, step, step. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Kick your knees up, kick your knees up, kick your knees up, kick your knees up. Step, 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 step. Never need a reason to be step in time.
And remember, there's plenty of folk to help you should you need it. Back to the nursery.
Back to the nursery.
Back to the nursery, step in time. Back to the nursery, step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Back to the nursery, step in time.
What is all this?
Special delivery!
Special delivery, step in time. Special delivery, step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Special delivery, step in time. Well, good night, Governor.
Not so fast, you two. To the nursery. Mary Poppins, would you kindly explain?
First of all, I would like to make one thing very clear.
Yes?
I never explain anything. Come along, children.
It's happened. The chairman wants to see me at the close for business tonight.
Tonight?
Might as well face it. Soon I would have joined the ranks of the unemployed.
Are you quite sure?
Quite sure. So we better make a plan.
So that's where I put them.
What are they?
Gingerbread stars. I hid ones for my nanny. I used to dream of knowing everything there was to know about the stars.
So good to look back sometimes.
It's that Poppins woman. She's responsible for all of this.
I know that woman. What's that thing she's always saying? A spoonful of sugar, that is all it takes. It changes bread and water into tea and cakes. A spoonful of sugar goes a long, long way. So have yourself an healthy helping every day. Well, good luck, Governor.
Thank you, Bert. And good luck to you, too.
Father, do you remember when we came to the bank?
Yes,
Well, we each gave me a sixpence and told to spend them carefully.
that's excellent advice. And what did you buy with them?
Nothing yet, but now we've decided to give them to you.
Thought a little bit of extra cash might loosen things up a little bit.
I suppose Mary Poppins put you up to this.
She hasn't said a word about it. Good night, Father. We do love you, you know. Mother, Father's really worried, isn't he?
Yes, he is. But always remember that he loves you very much, and that's far more important than the jobs and houses or anything else.
Aren't you going to go to the bank with him?
I'd like to go, but I'm afraid that just isn't possible.
Mary Poppins says anything is possible.
Do you really believe that, Mary Poppins?
Anything can happen if you let it. Sometimes things are difficult, but you can bet it doesn't have to be so.
Changes can be made.
You can move a mountain if you use a larger spade.
Anything can happen, it's a marvel.
You can be a butterfly.
You'll just stay lovable. Stretch your mind beyond fantastic. Dreams are made of strong elastic.
Take some sound advice and don't forget it.
Anything can happen if you let it.
If you reach for the stars, all you get are the stars. But we found a whole new spin. If you reach for the heavens, you get the stars. They're all
Feed the birds, sir? It's only tuppence.
I would appreciate if you would kindly feed them for me.
Thanks. You turned down a scheme that was bound to make millions, and we want to know why.
I refused the scheme because it was hollow. It talked about profits, but said nothing about people. I'm sorry for rooting the bank, but I won't apologize for realizing that there are more important things in life than making money.
My dear chap, von Hössler's scheme has ruined our rival in the nastiest scandal since records began. We don't want your apologies, we're offering ours.
Oh my word.
Well, do you remember giving a loan to a fellow called Northbrook? He was repaying it and opening 2 new factories, and with the percentage that you negotiated, we look set to make a fortune.
Oh my word.
Well, that's just it. We very much hope you might tell us how you did it. Just give us the word. It'll be quite safe with us.
Give you the word? Give you the word? I'll give you the word, all right. Super, cala, fragilistic, expialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilistic, expialidocious.
fault. It's all because of his nanny, Miss Andrew.
The Holy Terror! She taught me everything I know.
Well, then now's your chance to forget it.
Winifred, it's okay. I've made the bank a fortune.
Really?
As a way of recompense, we'd like to offer you a job as senior manager with a salary at double.
Exactly how much has he made for you?
Triple. Quadruple your present rate.
Close your mouth. Not a codfish.
Well?
From now on, my family comes first.
Agreed?
Agreed. Winifred, I'm afraid I've underestimated you.
Oh, George. Anything can happen, it's official. You can choose the super or the superficial. Sadly, for the way we're steering, obstacles start disappearing. Go and chase your dreams, you won't regret it. Anything can happen if you let it.
I love you, Mary Poppins.
You are a fine boy, Michael Banks, and one day you'll be a fine man.
Oh, Mary Poppins, it makes me so anxious when you talk like that.
Like what?
All gentle and sweet, not a bit like you. Be cross, Mary Poppins. Do be cross again.
Is that the thanks I get for all the trouble I've taken?
That's better.
Now, to the bed with the both of you. Go along, spit spot.
It's tonight, isn't it?
Yes, Bert.
Well, good luck then, Mary.
Goodbye, Bert. Look after yourself. With every job when it's complete, there is a sense of bittersweet. The moment when you know the task is done. Though in your heart you'd like to stay to help things on their way. You've always known they must do it alone. There, practically perfect. And I hope it remains so.
Look, it's Mary Poppins' locket. Oh, the chain's broken.
Don't you remember? I'll stay until the chain break. What's inside?
It's a picture of the three of us. She signed it from Mary Poppins with a good deal of love.
Where's Mary Poppins?
She's gone.
Gone? How peculiar.
She'll be back. Now what do you think of this?
It's the best I've ever seen.
Could we fly it together?
Oh, Father.
Mary Poppins won't be coming back. She's gone forever.
My dear, how do you possibly know such a thing?
Because we don't need her. Not anymore. And other families will, won't they, Father?
They will.
I wonder if she's right, George, and that we could do without a nanny from now on. What do you think?
I think you'd better dance with me.
George, this is serious.
Look, a shooting star. We should wish upon it.
I think we can do better than that. Reach for the stars, all you get are the stars, and we found a whole new spin.
If you reach for the heavens, you get the stars.